Richard Allen is now convicted of killing Abby Williams and Libby German.
7.5 years after the girls were found brutally murdered in the woods of Carroll County, we now have a verdict. Let's get to Sia Nyorkor, who is live in Delphi this morning following the latest. Good morning, Sia.
Good morning, ladies. That jury made up of 8 women and 4 men deliberated over 19 to 20 hours over the course of 4 days and found Richard Allen guilty on all 4 counts. Now, there were no cameras allowed in the courtroom, but our team of journalists was inside and outside of the Carroll County Courthouse when the verdict was read. Guilty on 2 counts of murder, guilty on 2 counts of felony murder. This after 17 days of testimony, 64 witnesses, and more than 400 pieces of evidence were presented during the trial. Our Bob Siegel said the prosecution embraced as the verdict was read and said Allen's lawyers were comforting him before he was put in handcuffs and led away. When talk came up about his sentencing, Allen looked at his wife, Kathy, and asked, "Are you okay?" Outside the courtroom, Emily Longnecker said many in the crowd cheered as word of the verdict spread. Becky Patty, Libby German's grandmother, hugged family members and cried as they left the courthouse. And Libby's sister, Kelsey, posted on social media writing, "Nearly 8 years today was the day." Richard Allen will be sentenced on December 20th. Until that time, there is a gag order in place, so no one involved in this case can comment until that time. Now, many in this community have praised those girls, speaking about the video from Libby German's phone that they say was used to help solve this crime. Again, an outpouring of support for the family in this community. Coming up on Sunrise at 5:30, hear more community reaction. Ladies.
Thank you, Sia. We'll check in with you soon. Your time is 5:32. Richard Allen has been found guilty on all 4 counts for the murders of Abby Williams and Libby German in 2017.
This case has really put a spotlight on a small town, Delphi, Indiana, with headlines all over the world since the teen girls were found dead on the Monon High Bridge nearly more than 7 years ago. Sia Nyorkor is in Delphi this morning with reaction to that long-awaited verdict. Good morning.
Good morning, Julia and Jalea. Many in this community say they've waited more than 7.5 years for this day. You can still see the blue and purple ribbons tied all over town to lampposts and trees. All of this as the girls' families receive an outpouring of support. Now, since the trial started earlier this month, for the last 3 weeks, many came to the Carroll County Courthouse in search of justice for Abby Williams and Libby German. When the verdict was announced Monday that Richard Allen was guilty on all 4 counts of murder and felony murder, some of the crowd outside of the courthouse cheered. Some Delphi residents we spoke with say they're hopeful their town can now enter a new chapter.
I wish you guys all could have got to know them personally, the families, because they're so eachly unique, but so very kind, so very giving. There was a period of time when Becky was going through cancer, and many people did not know that. During that investigation, the 2-week period after the 2019 press conference, they asked the family and the communities not to talk about it, and that's during the time she was going through that. So that tells you the strength of this community and what they did for them.
Now, we continue to hear from many people here in the Delphi community, but some that we won't hear from are investigators closely and officially tied to this case. State police tell us there is a gag order in place that won't be lifted until Richard Allen is sentenced, and that is scheduled on December 20th. So we will continue to update you on air and online. Ladies.
Thank you, Sia.